Both sportsmen and fitness enthusiasts now use ice baths or cold water immersion as a rehabilitation technique. Ice baths provide a variety of physiological and psychological advantages by subjecting the body to freezing temperatures, which can speed up healing, lessen muscular soreness, and promote general well-being. It is important to comprehend the benefits and possible hazards of this healing method, even if it has become popular due to its efficacy in reducing post-exercise soreness. Here are 7 key ways ice baths affect the body. Number 7. Enhanced muscle recovery. For many athletes, ice baths are an essential part of their recuperation regimens, especially following intense training or competition. The physiological reaction to cold exposure is the main mechanism underlying their efficacy. When an athlete immerses their body in ice-cold water, the immediate reaction is vasoconstriction, where blood vessels narrow to reduce blood flow to the muscles. This process helps to limit swelling and inflammation by decreasing the amount of fluid that accumulates in the tissues following exercise-induced microtrauma. Research indicates that this reduction in blood flow can lead to decreased levels of inflammatory markers such as cytokines and prostaglandins, which are responsible for signaling pain and swelling. The body gradually warms up after leaving the ice bath, which causes vasodilation, or the reopening of blood vessels, which increases blood flow to the muscles. In addition to providing vital nutrients and oxygen required for tissue repair, this rebound effect facilitates the more efficient removal of waste products from metabolism, such as lactic acid. As a result, athletes frequently report feeling less tired and sore, which enables them to start training earlier and continue to perform better throughout training cycles. Number 6. Pain relief. Numerous physiological processes are responsible for the well-established analgesic effects of ice baths. By slowing down nerve conduction velocity, cold exposure directly affects nerve terminals and reduces the amount of pain signals that are sent from wounded or irritated tissues to the brain. Acute pain from accidents or soreness after exercise might be instantly relieved by this numbing effect. Ice baths also lessen pressure on nearby nerves by decreasing local inflammation through vasoconstriction, which improves pain relief even further. The body produces endorphins, which are natural painkillers, in response to the feeling of cold. These endorphins help people feel better and less pain. Regular usage of ice baths can help people with chronic pain problems, like tendinitis or arthritis, manage their discomfort without the use of pharmaceuticals, improving their quality of life and function. Number 5. Inflammation reduction. The complicated biological reaction known as inflammation, which is marked by redness, swelling, heat, and pain, happens after tissue damage or intense exercise. Although inflammation is essential for healing, too much or too long-term inflammation can harm tissue and make recovery more difficult. Ice baths successfully reduce this reaction in a number of ways. Because muscle tissues have less metabolic activity in colder temperatures, fewer inflammatory cytokines signaling molecules that encourage inflammation are produced. Research has demonstrated that exposure to cold can reduce levels of some inflammatory indicators, including tumor necrosis factor, alpha TNF-alpha, and interleukin-6 IL-6, both of which contribute to inflammation. Ice baths can aid in preventing secondary injury, which can result from excessive inflammatory responses, and if ignored, cause further muscle damage. In addition to improving their recuperation, athletes can prevent chronic inflammation-related long-term issues like tendinopathy or overuse injuries by using ice baths in their recovery regimens. Number 4. Mood enhancement. Ice baths' capacity to affect neurochemistry and psychological resiliency is the basis for their mood-boosting benefits. The body experiences a stress reaction when exposed to cold water, which triggers the release of catecholamines, which are important mood and emotional response regulators that include norepinephrine. Increased mood, less anxiety and depressive symptoms, and better focus have all been associated with elevated norepinephrine levels. Furthermore, exposure to cold causes the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to pleasure and reward, which helps explain the euphoric feelings people frequently report after taking an ice bath. Number 3. Increased metabolism. Ice baths have metabolic effects that go beyond short-term energy expenditure. They may also have long-term effects on body composition and metabolic health. Brown adipose tissue BAT, a form of fat that produces heat by burning calories, is activated by cold exposure. This process is called non-shivering thermogenesis. In contrast to white adipose tissue, which is the body's normal reserve of fat, brown fat is metabolically active and contributes significantly to energy expenditure when exposed to cold. Regularly activating brown fat with cold exposure has been shown in studies to enhance calorie expenditure even when at rest, which may help with weight management. Number 2, stress resilience. Because of the intense cold, having an ice bath is a stressful experience. However, over time, this controlled exposure can improve a person's general stress tolerance. Immersion in cold water triggers the sympathetic nervous system, which is in charge of the fight or flight reaction, and primes the body to react appropriately to perceived dangers or difficulties. In addition to raising heart rate and attention, this acute stress reaction teaches the body how to handle pain and hardship. Frequent exposure to cold can help people become more tolerant of physical discomfort and enhance their ability to control their emotions in the face of daily challenges. Number 1, safety considerations. Even though ice baths have many advantages for recuperation and performance improvement, people should use caution when using them because of the possible risks of being exposed to frigid temperatures. The abrupt constriction of blood vessels brought on by cold immersion can result in elevated blood pressure or other cardiovascular issues that could be extremely dangerous for people who already have cardiovascular diseases, such as heart disease or hypertension. Furthermore, if people do not carefully monitor how long they are underwater, extended exposure to cold water can cause hypothermia, which manifests as shivering, disorientation, exhaustion, and decreased coordination. All symptoms that show the body is losing heat more quickly than it is generating it. Athletes and fitness enthusiasts can make the most of ice baths to improve their recuperation and general performance by being aware of the benefits and safety issues. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe.